No one wanted to give me a chance back then.
So today is going to be one of the most important days of the week today. So yeah, it's going to be a very important day today. This is always one of those days that most athletes, most lifters, everybody should really prioritize, because you need to grow with this day. It's one of the most important days today. So right now, I'm just on my way to my classes right now, but that's not the reason why it's important, but it still is important, like, to, maintain your grades, because, just in case for, it's always good to, be a student and have good grades, as long as being an athlete, as that Greek guy said. I don't know who exactly said that. I think it was like Socrates or something, said that like the ideal thing was like a student athlete. So like being a student athlete is like the ideal thing. So like working hard towards like a sport, like having like leadership, like mental toughness, push through that pain, that wrestling condition, it's not fun. I'll tell you that. And maintain the grades as well. Like, it shows, like, most successful people, most people that graduate from college that were student athletes are usually successful. Like, they usually do a lot more. Like, they're not, because they balance so much. They're balancing their sport, their nutrition, their grades, everything. Their whole day-to-day life, their whole social life. Like, you gotta decide, like, oh, do I want to go out on the weekends with my friends? Do I want to go out with these bad people who, are more fun, but they're not gonna help me, they're gonna harm me? Do I want to, like, do something that, like, takes away, like, a week of my progress? Like, you can go out, like, you can go drinking and stuff like that. You're gonna feel, like, messed up the next day, and, like, you feel messed up the next day, and then let's say, for example, you lift the following day. Usually, you're not gonna feel like going, and even if you go, you're gonna feel like a lot less like stronger. Like, you're gonna feel like your lifts are gonna be off and everything, and you lose a week. So think about it. If your competition could be like getting that week ahead of you, getting that more strength, and you could lose like a wrestling match, you lose like a you lose a play or something like that in your other sport, whatever it is, and you're thinking like, oh, if I had missed that 1 week, I could have stop here. Yeah, if I hadn't missed that 1 week, I could have done much more. If I worked harder in practice instead of like trying to cut shortcuts, trying to see like if my coach is looking, so I skip some push-ups. You're thinking like, oh, if I did those extra push-ups, I could have, I could have performed better. And you're thinking like, oh, this guy, he probably did more push-ups than me, and that's why he won. It's hard to, try to cut corners in wrestling practice, because it's already hard as it is, but there are people that do cut corners. You'll see sometimes in college, some guys, they go into the bathroom and they're there longer than they're actually using the bathroom. I'm not implying that they're hiding in the bathroom, but like it happens a lot, especially in the first week. You'll see a lot of kids. They'll be in the bathroom for a while and they're not using the bathroom. I'll tell you that. They're just sitting there. Like, I don't even know what they do, because like in my first week, I had a very older guy. He was like maybe like 8 years older than me, I think it was. No, not 8, like 10 years older. I don't know how this guy was still wrestling. But yeah, very strong dude. He was 200 pounds, 205 I think he was. And he was like 205 lean. Like, it was crazy. He used to do Greco wrestling, I think, Greco-Roman wrestling, whatever it is. And he's a boxer. So like, yeah, his knees were all messed up and everything like that. But yeah, he was going to college and he was wrestling, and I had to wrestle with him for a bit. And yeah, he made me improve a lot. He didn't stay around for long. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. He like had a lot of potential. Like, because he's 20, he's like, I don't even know how old he is. He's like 10 years older than me. So yeah, of course he's gonna have some potential, but not potential. But he like it looked like he was gonna do big things. Like he looked very like, oh my god, I've been here for a while. What's going on? Yo, I might actually get late for my class because it usually takes some time as well to go in the morning. It takes some time even to go inside. Like sometimes this thing is a couple minutes off. Oh, I'll let this guy out. But yeah, like we were thinking like, oh, he's gonna like he's gonna be good and everything, like, and he just never. I don't know what happened to dude. I don't know. I liked it. He was my friend there. Like he was my boy, and he just disappeared. I'm like, yeah, I was kind of upset. Like, it might sound like I wasn't upset, but I actually was, because he was like my boy. He was like, even though he was like crazy strong, he beat me up and everything like that. He was like, he had one of the most softest, nicest voices like you'll ever like. I don't know. He was such a nice guy. He had such like manners and everything. He was like, I don't know how to. Let me wait for a second. Like when you think of like a man, like a true man, you would think of someone like him. I'm glazing him so hard right now. But no, like actually though, like he was actually like, he was so strong. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it. No, I sound weird now. You're talking about another dude. Wow, it's weird. In this way, it's a little weird, but it's hard, like adjusting as well to the sport as well. Even being a first year, you'll see a lot of the first years. They'll hide in the bathroom for a little longer, trying to cut shortcuts in the beginning because they don't see the importance. Like you'll see, like the older guys, they're not cutting corners, and it's not like they're not cutting corners because like it's not tough for them. It's still tough for them. Like they, of course, they're a lot more experienced and they can handle it more. Their body can handle a lot more, and like in their mind, like they can push through it a lot more. But at the same time, like they want it to be hard because that's how they get better. You're not gonna get better by just like, cutting shortcuts. So, like skipping the push-ups, like skipping the sprint, seeing if your coach is not looking when you like jog while you're supposed to be sprinting. Like, like every single time I always sprint. Even me as a first year, I always look at the other guys, and I'm like the guy who's like right next to me, I'm like, there's no way I'm letting him beat me. Every single time I would do that. I would always try to look at the next guy who's coming up next to me, or the guy who's like right who's like maybe ahead of me by a little bit. I'm like, no way I'm letting him beat me. No way. Every single thing I do is a competition. Whether it's like push-ups, whether it's like stance in motion, whatever it is, like I'm never letting the other guy beat me in that. Everything for me is a competition. In a good way. I'm not like going against them like as a person. It's like I don't dislike them. Like, I'm not like trying to be like, oh, I want to break him, I want to injure him. Because you should never go into a practice or a match or anything and think, oh, I want to injure this guy. That's not the point of the sport. Like, it's annoying. Like, you see as well, like some of the guys in the wrestling, the older guys, I saw it a little bit. You see them like trying to promote like some, what do you call it, more like aggressive, like fighting. I don't even know what it was. The most corniest thing I ever saw in my life. I don't even know what it was. It was like some fake acting. They were fighting and they were doing a wrestling match. There were some girls on the side. I don't know. It was on some sort of guys IG reel thing, I think it was. I don't know what it was. It wasn't. It was like, I don't know. It kind of got me a little like, like I'm mad. I'm 19. He was like saying how like the older guys are gonna get more mad when they see it. Like I'm going into my true freshman year. I can like I'm not old by any means. I'm not an old head. Like he said that some of the old heads are gonna get mad at it. But I'm saying like wrestling's a sport like about like respect, like respecting the opponent. It's hard, like like discipline, all sorts of stuff like that. And you see like some of these guys that like trying to like promote it in like a bad way. Like I know at the same time he's just trying to get exposure to the sport, and that's a good thing and all. But like I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I have no idea what that whatever that thing even was. But yeah, how much time do I have? I'm not even going the right way. Yeah, but yeah, I get at the same time he's trying to promote the video and everything like that, and yeah, it helps with wrestling. But like, I don't know, that's not why I like wrestling at all. Like, I don't like wrestling because to fight and hurt other people. I would have quit a long time ago. I've quit the sport before because I lost, like, what do you call it, I was more focused on the wins, like, you know, more about attention, stuff like that in the past, and more about, like, you know, wanting to, like, hurt the guy badly and, like, you know, like, have other people see me in a certain way and, like, get these awards and stuff like that, get these achievements, not for me, so that I can tell other people, oh, I got this achievement, and I got this achievement. I don't even know. I got this achievement, and look, I'm so big now. I'm so tough now. Like, oh, can you give me more respect? Like, that's something that I used to do. Like, I can admit that. Look, I used to do something for attention and stuff like that. Towards the end of that time where I quit the sport, because that's when I stopped. Because I wasn't enjoying the practices, wasn't enjoying the matches, wasn't enjoying anything. Not even the wins. I didn't care about if I won at that point, because it wasn't that win that I wanted to get. That one win where, oh look, I got this win. I have such a high achievement. Because these awards don't matter. You'll see a lot of these guys, some of these guys who win like you know, win in their section in New York or like whatever, and you'll see like they like fall off the face of the earth, like, or they delete their post or whatever, because it does not matter at the end of the day. The wins, the everything, it does not matter. Some of these people, they don't enjoy any of it, and then when they finish their sport, and they'll never come back, because you're not getting the sport ever after college. You're not gonna get like this. Most likely, you're not gonna ever get this like folk style wrestling. You can still, like, you know, if you go to the Olympics or whatever, it's still freestyle. It's not folk style. So yeah, like, you gotta enjoy it, because, like, you know, some guys, they get like so into it where they like they want to win so badly. They want to, like, even in college, they want to, like, oh, I'm gonna be an All-American and whatnot, and that's good and all. Like, that's good to set high, like, you know, high goals, but why are you setting those goals? Like, are you setting them because you want other people to see that you are an All-American, or do you want to really be an All-American so you can respect yourself, you can get respect from your peers, and you can help the other people? But that's also something. Sometimes people are looking for respect from the wrong people. They're thinking that, oh, if I don't become an All-American in college, for example, that I can't, like, you know, coach wrestling because I'm not high enough. Like, I'm not, like, you know, I'll be seen as less because I failed my goal. I told everyone about my goal and I failed. First of all, you shouldn't even be telling anybody about your goals, like, because, like, if you fail, let's say, for example, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get $10 million by the end of the year. You're telling all your friends that, for example, all of this and that, and then you don't get it at the end of the year, you look stupid, you know. And if you didn't tell anybody the entire time, and you just, like, you know, you got the $10 million, for example, you look way, like, you know, you'll surprise a lot more people. Like, the initial reaction compared to the reaction at the end is a lot more, like, rewarding. Like, in the beginning, like, if you tell everybody, like, oh, for example, I'm gonna make $10 million, like I said this before, and you fail, like, you look stupid. But, like, that end reaction, like, people are gonna be shocked, they're gonna be surprised, but at the same time, they're gonna respect, like, your work ethic to be, like, so quiet about it. Compare, like, let's say, for example, you did get the $10 million and you told everyone about it. They're gonna, like, hate you more. They're still gonna hate you regardless, but they're gonna hate you more if you have that, we call it, that $10 million, and, like, just working hard, like, without, like, even if you get the $10 million, for example, and, like, you get it, but at the same time, like, you're only getting it because you want other people to see that you got it. It's not gonna matter to you, that $10 million, and you're gonna probably, like, you know, use that money to seek more validation from other people that don't matter by like, you know, buying stuff that like doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that guy. I don't know. I don't think it's talking at me. I think it was someone else. You know, sometimes when I get too deep into this, I sometimes lose track of the road. But like, where am I? Oh, I'm on the right path. Yeah. So you end up like buying all of his stuff. Like you end up using all that money. Like you keep wanting to like, you know, please more people, get more validation from people that don't matter. And at the end of the day, like none of it ever matters at the end. And most guys end up losing it. They end up falling off. They end up, you know, with debt, whatever it is, debt from money, debt from something else, you know, having to pay them, I don't know, child support, whatever it is, because they seek validation from other people and lots of other stuff. I don't know. Maybe they gambled a lot of money because they wanted to gamble with their friends. They sent money, they gave money to their friends because they wanted to, like, you know, get like some validation from them, and they ended up switching up on them. It happens a lot. You'll see a lot, like a lot of friends and stuff like that. Like a lot of like, you'll see, I heard like some sort of rapper, he gave like a bunch of money to like all his friends and stuff like that, and they all just like dipped, like they all just like forgot about him when he needed his help. Like they just ignored him. And same thing with their family. Like you'll see like a lot of people like switch up when it's money. Of course, I can't talk too much about money. I don't have $1 million. I don't have like $10 million. But what I'm trying to say is that like you'll see like a lot of family, like that one football player, Pogba. He had his own like brother switch up on him and like, you know, like literally try to like take his money and held him at gunpoint. Like that's crazy. Like work, like, you know, it's crazy. But the point is like the achievements and everything, you should always just do it because you want it. Like, you know, like if you want to, for example, be like, oh, I want to be like the best, like the fastest, the best football player that I can be, for example. Like, you want to be like the best football player on your team. You know, you want to like just for a second. You know, it's not like being the best in the country. You want to be the best that you can be. If that's your goal and you hit it, it's gonna feel a lot better than let's say, for example, a dude spending his whole life trying to be the best in the country because he wants validation from other people. He only feels all validation from other people, and once he loses that validation, because you're always going to lose the validation, once you reach that level, and let's say, for example, you don't maintain it, you're going to lose that validation. And it's not like you're just going to lose the validation. You're going to get like tons of disrespect. Like you're going to be like tons of people saying, oh, you fell off, you're not doing good, you're not doing this, even though they're doing 10 times worse than you. They're upset about their current life situation, so they're going to keep saying that type of stuff. But if you always tell yourself, I'm going to be the best that I possibly can be, and let's say, for example, you do, like some people do end up saying, oh, you fell off, whatever, like that, it won't hurt you as much because you're going to be like, oh, I'm just doing the best that I possibly can do. If I'm not performing to the best, that means that if I'm not performing to the best, let me just say focus on the road because I feel it's hard. I'm not used to doing this, like talking while driving on the road, so yeah. Like, for example, towards the end of my season, I had an injury. My elbow, I hurt it really bad, but I still wanted to, you know, fight through with it because I really wanted to wrestle at the end of the season. And, you know, there was a ton of expectations for me. I'll go more into it in maybe another video and stuff like that, but yeah. I had people saying that, oh, you fell off, like, you didn't do as well as your expectations or something like that. Whatever it was. I don't even know what. I don't know, it's just crazy expectations regardless, but yeah, but the point is I didn't really let it affect me. I'll be honest, for the first couple of days, like for one day, it did really affect me. Like for the day, for what, 1 or 2 days, maybe 1 week, maybe something like that, it did really affect me. But you'll see like a lot of people, it affects them like for the rest of their life. Like after a week, I didn't care, you know, like after 1 week, it was like, oh, the week's over, like, you know, like, I can't go back to that day now. All I can do is move forward. And every single day I've been tracking my lifts and stuff like that. I have it all in my notes and everything like that. Every single week I look to improve something, whether it's my lifts, whether it's like meditation, the amount of time I take meditating. You know, like I'm like, oh, I meditated today for like, let's say 5 minutes. I'm like, I'll meditate for 6 minutes today. Or like, let's say for example, I meditate inside for like, let's say 10 minutes. Now I'm like, oh, all right, today I'll meditate outside for 10 minutes instead of inside. And those little changes, like improving every single day, is what made me improve so much. This past year I've improved a lot. It's like past 6 months. I'll go more into it every single video and stuff like that, but I've done a lot. And I think that's because improving every single day. And so yeah, I'm getting closer to my classes now. But yeah, that was day 2 of the daily journey. I still haven't specified what this day was. So today what I'm trying to do is I'm supposed to recover, rest, get some stretches in, get the blood flowing, because rest is one of the most important parts of the journey. Without rest, you're not gonna without rest, you're not gonna grow. Rest fuels that. With muscle, if you bench every single day for the whole 7 days a week, you're not gonna grow. Every single time you lift, you're gonna lift less and less, and you're gonna end up actually losing muscle. Most likely, you're gonna lose muscle. For me, I actually prioritize rest a lot. For example, if I bench on let's say on Monday, for me, I rest the next 6 days. On bench, I don't do any chest work, anything for the next 6 days. But for me as well, I push to failure. I do I push to failure. I lift heavy in the 6 to 9 rep range. So yeah, I can afford to only lift once a week on that type of lift, and I can still week by week I still keep gaining muscle from it. And I think that overall that helps me a lot more. What I used to do a lot is I used to lift chest, then shoulders, then go back to chest, then take a day off, and then I'll do chest and shoulders and everything like that. With triceps and everything. And I'll be honest, I used to skip legs because I didn't see the importance of it. I'm like, oh look, wrestling you're on top, you're just grabbing the guy. Why do you need legs to help with it? And doing squats and deadlifts, farmer carry, stuff like that, the things that I was skipping, is some of the most important lifts in the world, for wrestling. It helps so much more than bench press, because bench press is just a pushing movement with lifts deadlifts and stuff like that. I'll go more into all of that stuff later as well, but it's a pulling movement and you're using your full body. So yeah, prioritizing rest is such an important thing. It's one of the most important things you can do to not have injuries, stuff like that, because a lot of athletes you'll see overwork, stuff like that, and they'll get injured. You saw it with Kobe. Of course he has a crazy discipline, crazy drive and everything, but he got injured a lot, and that's because of his because he kept on working. I'm not saying it's bad. He became he's great at his sport and everything, but he was doing so much. He wasn't resting as much, and you heard him say it as well. He gone back and he said at the end of his journey, he's I wish I rested more, because that's why he had so much injuries, because he wasn't resting as much. But still, yeah, that's why rest is one of the most important days of the week, and that's why you should prioritize it. And that's day 2 of my journey as a college wrestler. Documenting my journey, guys. I had a season last year, but I didn't document any of it. I recorded some of my matches, stuff like that, but I didn't really document it. I didn't see the purpose of it, mostly because I was afraid of fear of judgment, stuff like that. But everyone can see me now, so I don't think I'm getting made fun of or anything like that. I hope. That would suck. I don't care. You gotta stop caring what other people really think about you. Oh my god, I'm gonna turn and. But yeah, that's day 2. that was a great video today. I'm happy that I'm doing this because it helps a lot with talking. You know, I don't really talk to much people throughout the day because, you know, I'm so focused on wrestling, lifting. So this is like my only time to really talk to anybody, and I felt a lot better like after yesterday while doing it. So yeah.